Hello there everybody, this is me Ethan here and welcome back to another 2021 LEGO set review. In today's video I'll be reviewing the 75301 Luke Skywalker's X-Wing fighter. This set contains 474 pieces, 4 minifigures, and the age recommendation is ages 9 and up, where it retails for $50 in the United States. Taking a look at the minifigures, first up we have Luke Skywalker in his X-Wing pilot outfit. He has a pretty nice helmet mold that LEGO has been using for a very long time and sadly isn't the 2018 version. And you may have noticed that the printing on mine is shifted up a little bit sadly, and it's just a common misprint. The face print is pretty nice with the printed visor, and you can see him with a smirk on his face, and as the alternate expression you can see him smiling with his visor up. The torso print is overall pretty nice, and I think it is an updated version of the one that was in the AT-AT, but I could be completely mistaken. I love how the torso print continues down through to the hips piece, and the leg printing is very nice. And finally, he comes with a lightsaber for his accessory. Next up we have Princess Leia Organa, based off of her iconic appearance from A New Hope, obviously very recognizable with that very cool Leia bun hairpiece. And this minifigure used to previously be exclusive in the $200 May the 4th Tantive 4 set, so to see her in a $50 set is very welcome for those who can't afford all those expensive LEGO sets. She has a smirking expression and an angry expression, and her torso print carries down very nicely onto the dress piece, which even has printing on the back, and she comes with a blaster for her accessory. So overall this is a very nice minifigure considering she was once exclusive to a very expensive LEGO set. And the final minifigure that we will be taking a look at, aside from R2-D2 who really isn't a minifigure, he is more so a droid, this is General Dodonna, and this is the exclusive minifigure to the set, and this is the first time that we've gotten this Star Wars character in LEGO form, so this is his first appearance, which is very awesome. Whenever I first saw the picture of this character and I saw the name, I didn't really recognize him that much, it kind of rang a bell, but I recently rewatched A New Hope and he actually has somewhat of a prominent role. I really thought he was just a background character, but he has somewhat of a prominent role in the movie. He is reusing the dark brown hairpiece in white, which looks very awesome. He has a brand new face print which has a white beard with a little bit of gray on it, and he has a stern face and kind of an angry or open mouthed expression. I don't really know what it's exactly supposed to convey. And he has a very nice torso print with this tan jacket with a little bit of dark orange and some dark tan in it, and it carries down pretty well through the torso, the hips, and the legs. And he comes with this pearl gray blaster, which I would like to see more of. So overall, this General Dodonna exclusive minifigure really helps out the minifigure selection for the set. And finally we have R2-D2. How can you have a Luke Skywalker's X-Wing set without R2-D2? This is the same droid that has come in every single wave of LEGO Star Wars since 1999, and I just kind of find that pretty crazy. And also this figure is sadly misprinted a little bit. You may notice that the purple light is kind of misprinted and is shifted up, so that's a little bit disappointing, but there is R2-D2. Now taking a look at Luke Skywalker's X-Wing, we will start at the front of the set and work our way back. Now this set being $50, this is a much more scaled or dumbed down, if you will, version of a LEGO X-Wing, but I still think it looks really good, and for $30 less it actually still looks pretty decent. So starting up at the front, at the nose if you will, the gray section right at the very front of the X-Wing is actually a different build compared to past ones, and I actually think it works pretty well. At the top of the nose area you get this very long tile with a yellow sticker, which adds to some nice detailing since there are some hints of yellow in this X-Wing, and on the side of the nose you can see some red stripes, which is very accurate. Underneath the build of the nose you can see the landing gear, and yeah, it's kind of weak. It uses this kind of connection piece that's Technic, and then it uses a regular system ski piece, I believe it is, and it's just not a very secure connection. It's kind of flimsy and you can't push it up for whenever you go into flight mode. So basically you have your landing gear up while you are flying it through the air if you're looking at playability, which doesn't really make much sense, but I guess you can just take it off. Taking a look at the cockpit area, they're using the same window piece that they have been using for years and years for LEGO X-Wings, and on the inside and the interior there's honestly not much going on. There's only really a double cheese slope there that is printed. It's pretty weak, but you can see Luke Skywalker in there if you want to. So next we'll be taking a look at the back middle section of the X-Wing, not necessarily the wings and the entire back part, but just like the middle section and the engines. So taking a look at the side of the X-Wing towards the back area, you can see these car hood pieces with some stickers on it with some very nice detailing for the X-Wing, and I think it actually looks pretty decent with those sticker details. And right above that you can see R2-D2, and I think he sits a little bit too high up on there, but it's pretty easy to modify. Taking a look at some of the engine detailing, it looks like just stickers on Technic pieces, and I'm not a huge fan of how that looks if I'm being completely honest. and that entire Technic area is actually very important for the mechanism for unfolding the X-Wing wings. And I must say that Technic build was extremely difficult. It is basically just a giant block of Technic, and if you mess up in one little part in the middle, you have to completely tear it apart and redo it. It is definitely the most complex part of the build, and it took me the longest. So like I was saying, this Technic block right in the middle of the set is actually very important, because if you see that little Technic area sticking out, it's basically a button, and whenever you press that, the wings span out just like in the movies, and it's actually a very smooth transition, and I think it's better than some of the past models. So in some ways, that difficult Technic build definitely pays off. And taking a look at the back section of the engines, it's just a little bit of greebling, and there's not much going on. Taking a look at the engines on the wings, they have this circular design to it, and there are 2 stickers on the top 2, and I think that adds a nice effect, and that was just kind of needed. But on the inside of these circular engine things, there's just a little bit of detail missing that were in some of the previous X-Wing models. And those engines carry very nicely onto the back of the build, where you can see some pink thrusters, which add a nice bit of color to the build. Taking a look at the wings, there's some very nice sticker detailing as it starts to transition and slope downwards, and then you can see this very large sticker that has 5 red marks on it, and that is red 5 because this is Luke Skywalker's X-Wing, and if you were the pilot for red 1, red 2, red 3, or red 4, it would have those specific markings and those specific numbers, so in this case Luke Skywalker has 5. Taking a look at the S-foils on the side of the wings, it utilizes the Lego wheel piece, which looks pretty cool, and it actually looks pretty accurate to the real model in the movies, and they use the Harry Potter candle piece, which I was not expecting. Overall, I think the S-foils look pretty good and somewhat accurate, although I just think they are a little bit too small. And then for the 2 bottom wings, on the underside you get 2 flick-fire missiles and you don't get any sticker detailing, which makes quite a lot of sense because there's really no need, because you're not going to be looking at it that way. And then I also forgot to mention, on the underside of the build you can see the 2 pieces of landing gear, and sadly those don't fold up or anything, they're just kind of built onto the set and you can just take it off, similar to the front landing gear. Taking a look at the instruction manual, it is definitely a bit more of a lengthy one, but at the back you can see an advertisement for all the brand new January 2021 Star Wars sets that just released, as well as all the spring 2021 releases, including 3 sets, which are the 4+ Resistance X-Wing, the Hoth Microfighter set, as well as the new Imperial Shuttle. And on the next page you can see all the minifigures that are included with those sets, as well as an ad for Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. Taking a quick look at the box, it is this $50 box size, and it's so weird seeing a Lego X-Wing with a $50 box size, but nonetheless the box art looks absolutely gorgeous. Sadly, the colors on mine are a little bit washed out and a little bit faded. I do not know what's up with that, and it's not just me, it's not just my eyes that are weird. I know it's faded because on the instruction manual the box art looks much brighter. And taking a look at the back of the box, you can see that there are sadly punch tabs on a $50 set, and you can see on the back some more of the other features that it shows with the set. So overall, objectively, this is not the best Lego X-Wing ever. I think that goes without saying that the 2018 one is the best. It is just the most complete, the most accurate, the best one for minifigure scale. Now, I know a lot of people either have a love-hate relationship with this wave of Lego Star Wars, especially this set in the TIE Fighter, but I think personally that these are just iconic ships that a lot of people that got into Lego this year really want, an X-Wing and a TIE Fighter that are affordable. Lego Star Wars is a extremely expensive theme. That goes without saying. It is very, very expensive. It's probably the most expensive theme. Correct me on that in the comments, but it's definitely one of the most expensive themes. It's very up at the top. So to get iconic vehicles for cheap, just for average collectors, is very beneficial for them. If you've been into Lego Star Wars collecting for years, I can understand where you're coming from, but for people like me who have only been into Lego for 3 years and have never gotten around to getting an X-Wing, even though the 2018 one was out whenever I was into it, I wasn't into Star Wars. So these sets are just out there for the people who want an iconic Lego Star Wars ship. Doesn't mind if it cuts corners too much, and it still looks decent for a much cheaper price. Sorry if I went off on a little bit of a tangent there, but I feel like I just had to say that because I think a lot of these sets get hate just from mainly the Lego Star Wars collectors that have been collecting for years and years and years now, so I just wanted to say that and get that out during the review. So overall, what do I rate this set? I rate this set an A-. I think this is great for people who have recently gotten into Lego or Lego Star Wars and want an iconic ship, and for those who just want maybe another Lego X-Wing, I guess this is a pretty decent one, but it does have some small inaccuracies and small little nitpicks, but that's pretty easy to modify, so that's why I'm giving it an A-. So I hope you all enjoyed this review, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye, and have a great day.